Hey, I wrote you guys an introduction to herbal medicine. Um, yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'd love to hear if you guys believe in herbal medicine and why. Comment, I love herbs. Okay, so I want to introduce you to the beautiful world of herbal medicine. Did you know there's a wide variety of plants growing in our own forests and backyards that are medicinal? And what is medicinal, you may wonder? Well, it means that each plant has its own unique set of chemical constituents that allow it to have specific healing functions in the human body and the mind. But are they safe? And is there even any evidence to back up these claims? Well, that's a great question. The answer is yes and yes. That being said, we do have to be careful, and not in an obsessive way, but in a wise and educated way. Some herbs can interact with medications or certain health conditions. Herbs can even interact differently with other herbs as well. But what's amazing is that often herbs can get to the root cause of a health issue rather than medications, which are valuable and necessary in certain situations, but often come with more risk of side effects or interactions, and often treat only a symptom and not the root cause. Sometimes medications end up being needed more long term, whereas sometimes the herbs can resolve the issue in shorter amounts of time instead of creating more health issues in the long run, which sometimes medication can do. This video is for educational purposes only. Please contact a qualified healthcare practitioner for any health issues. I loved to study herbology. I loved the teachers, the students, the plants, the knowledge, and was simply amazed at the fact that for almost every illness, there's a plant. Though I must say, it takes a lot of money to do a study. And since you can't patent a herb the way that you can patent a medication, making the money back is not really possible. Therefore, we are limited in scientific data. That doesn't mean that there aren't some amazing studies. There are. And we know that we can trust herbal medicine when we study it from a reputable source. Yes, there is some websites out there not run by qualified herbalists, but if you find a qualified herbalist, a reputable school, or even websites such as those ending in .org or .gov, we can begin to see who we can trust. I trust the health food stores. I trust the people that work there. Morning Sun, Light Cellar, Community Foods, Amaranth, Sunnyside Market, Herbal Healing, and what am I missing? Plushland Organics. These places do have people that have done some research in this field whom you can talk to for free by simply walking into the store. When I studied at Wild Rose College, which you can study at too, I fully trusted what my teachers taught. The books were based on solid research on use of herbal medicine. Because it has been practiced for such a long time, it's common knowledge in the herbal community which remedies work for which illnesses. The Aboriginals here in North America were using herbal medicine for such a long time, way before pharmaceuticals were even around. The advancement of medicine has brought many drugs to the world, in a world in need of healing, sometimes for the better, sometimes sadly not. The overuse of antibiotics in unnecessary situations is one example of this. A good doctor will know in which situations antibiotics are needed and which ones they aren't. Such as if you have strep throat, then you need antibiotics because the side effects are less worse than the illness, the risks of the illness. But sometimes in some situations, certain doctors are prescribing them when it's not necessary. When we develop resistance to them, then when we do need them, they don't work as well. Also, with antibiotics, they kill off the good living things in the gut. So, taking probiotics while we take antibiotics can help. However, we need to take antibiotics 4 hours away from probiotics in order for the antibiotics to work properly. If your doctor's prescribing antibiotics and you don't have the amount of time in between each pill as prescribed to keep it 4 hours apart from probiotics, you can wait till you're done the antibiotics to start the probiotics. You want to start the probiotics and do them for twice as long as you did the antibiotics when antibiotics are done. That is all that I have written today. I hope I can keep working on this project. It's a fun little book project, and hopefully once it's done I can have this speech ready to bring to the world, because it's a beautiful time to talk about natural remedies.